Representative Liz Cheney officially files for U.S. House. Representative Liz Cheney officially filed to run for U.S. House on Thursday, announcing her re-election bid in a video that focused on her allegiance to the U.S. Constitution. The announcement, one day before the filing deadline, puts to rest speculation that she might bow out ahead of the toughest election fight of her political career. "If we set aside our founding principles for the politics of the moment, the miracle of our constitutional republic will slip away," she says in the video. "We must not let that happen." Cheney angered many in her own party by voting to impeach former President Donald Trump over the Capitol riot and for her steady criticisms of him as a threat to democracy. That anger prompted several Republicans to challenge her in the primary. She is facing Trump-endorsed lawyer Harriet Hageman, a natural resources lawyer from Fort Laramie. Also in the race are State Senator Anthony Bouchard, R. Burns, and retired Army Colonel Denton Knapp. Cheney, who announced Wednesday that she had tested positive for COVID-19, did not mention any of her opponents by name in the video announcement. The video starts off with Cheney mapping out her family's roots in Wyoming. Since she first decided to run for elected office in Wyoming, Cheney has repeatedly fended off carpetbagger criticisms because she spent many years of her life in Northern Virginia. Cheney spent her middle school years in Casper and bought a home in Wilson in 2012, the year before she ran for U.S. Senate against Mike Enzi. She later dropped out of that race, citing a family member's health issues. She ran for House in 2016, coming out on top in a 9-person Republican primary and coasting to victory in the general election. In a nod to her Wyoming roots, Cheney referenced the Code of the West, the state's official code, in her campaign announcement. "In Wyoming, we know what it means to ride for the brand," Cheney said. "We live in the greatest nation God has ever created, and our brand is the United States Constitution." Hageman also officially filed for House on Thursday. Soon after Cheney's filing became public, Hageman's campaign released polling information showing the incumbent remains unpopular among Republican primary voters. The poll was conducted by Signal, which received a B+ rating from the poll analysis website 538. While Cheney has been clear about her intentions, previously telling the Star Tribune and NBC News that she is committed to the House race, many Wyomingites, including Bouchard's campaign coordinator April Poley, speculated that Cheney would not end up running. Cheney has done little campaigning so far despite having nearly $7 million in the bank. That's a huge sum for a House race, in Wyoming or elsewhere. The news of Cheney's filing comes 2 days before former President Donald Trump is set to visit Casper's Fort Wyoming Center for a rally in support of Hageman. Ahead of the rally, Trump told K2 Radio that one of Wyoming's senators had pushed hard for him to choose Hageman as his candidate to run against Cheney. Trump will be joined by some of his most fervent supporters in Washington and Wyoming, Florida Rep. Matt Gaetz, Colorado Rep. Lauren Boebert and Chairman of the Wyoming GOP Frank Ethorn, among others. Ethorn helped lead successful efforts by the state party and the Republican National Committee to censure Cheney following her vote to impeach Trump. Cheney has represented Wyoming in the House since 2017. She became the third-ranking Republican in that chamber, but the GOP stripped her of her leadership role amid her unrelenting criticism of Trump for his false claims of widespread election fraud. The Wyoming Republican primary is August 16.